What's going on, everybody? Jason here, and today I've got this 2022 Ram 3500 Laramie Night Edition Dually. Right before I jump into this Ram 3500, if you're enjoying these types of reviews, please be sure to hit the like button and also subscribe because it does help out the channel and it also helps with the YouTube algorithm. With that being said, let's take a look at what this Ram 3500 Laramie Night Edition Dually has to offer. Starting with the different trims that you can get when it comes to the Ram 3500s, it's just like any other, whether it be the Ram 2500 or the Ram 1500s. You can get the Tradesman, Bighorn, Laramie, which you're looking at right now, Limited Longhorn, or the Limited. And if you're planning on getting the dually option, you will have to go with the bigger bed, which is the 8-foot box. Now, when it comes to the Ram 3500 Laramie in general, the standard safety features that you'll get with that truck is your Park Sense front and rear park assist. If you want more safety features for the Laramie, then you'll have to go and pick the Safety Group B package. Starting off in the front of this Laramie, you can see everything is blacked out and has the body color bumpers and everything like that. There's no chrome whatsoever, and that's because this truck has the Night Edition package. Now, typically you would get on a Laramie your chrome bumpers front and rear, and even your chrome grille surrounding, and all of your badging and whatnot in chrome as well. So near the bottom, as you can see, this has the body color bumper, of course, and that's because, like I mentioned, it is the Night Edition package. You also have your two front tow hooks, which are standard with the Laramies, and as you can see in the bumper, you have, like I mentioned, your Park Sense front and rear park assist system. As for your fog lights, these are your LED fog lights, which are standard on this truck. And moving further up, your whole grille area is blacked out, and because this has the Night Edition package, your grille surround will be in body color. Also, if you look right under your Ram badging, you do have a front facing camera, and that's because this truck has the surround view camera system, which is a part of your Towing Technology Group B package. As for your beautiful headlights on these Laramies, these are your LED reflector headlamps, and as you can see, these headlights just complement the Laramie perfectly. Also, your front headlights will have kind of this black tint look to it compared to if you look at a regular Laramie. As you see up top, this truck does have clearance lamps, and that is part of your dually package. Now, coming over to the side of this Laramie, you can see how massive this truck looks. The road presence on this truck is just something else, because not only do you have this beautiful Night Edition package, but you also have your dual rear wheels, and on top of that, it's an 8-foot bed box. So typically your side mirrors on the Laramies will be in chrome, but they still will be your tow mirrors. However, because this has the Night Edition package, not only will your side mirrors be black now, but also your exterior mirrors will have the memory settings. Also, your side mirrors have cameras built in on both sides, which I'll show you once we get inside. And typically your door handles on a regular Laramie would be half body color, half chrome, but with the Night Edition package, it is just full body color, which is perfect. And like I was mentioning, your badging, everything is blacked out. So you've got your 3500 heavy duty badging blacked out, your Cummins badging blacked out, and your Ram badging blacked out. Now, as for your wheels, typically standard on a Laramie, you're gonna get 18-inch polished aluminum wheels, and then if you add on the Night Edition package, those 18-inch wheels will turn into 20-inch black aluminum wheels. But then when you add the dually package, these will be your 17-inch wheels, and they're only black because of the Night Edition package. Otherwise, they will be aluminum chrome finish. Also, as an extra option, this truck does have your power side steps, which are very, very convenient. Typically, your Laramies will come standard with a 3.73 rear axle ratio, but this truck does have the upgraded 4.10 rear axle ratio. And also, because of the dually package, your dual wheel rear axle will be 11.5 inches. And because this truck is so wide with the dually package, you do have your light markers on the back of the bed. A couple more things that this particular truck has as an extra option is your rear auto leveling air suspension, your adaptive steering, and your dual alternators 440 amps. Coming to the rear of this Ram 3500, just like the front I was mentioning, with the Night Edition package, you also get your rear body color bumper as well, and you have your rear sensors built in also. You've got your hitch in the center, and right above that you have all of your plugs and wiring for your trailer needs. If you look right above your wiring and plugs, you do have 3 marker lights as well. As for the actual tailgate, you've got your Laramie Ram head logo and your 4x4 badging all blacked out due to the Night Edition package. Otherwise, typically typically these would be in chrome. And also, just like the front headlights, how they were kind of black tinted, it's the same with your rear LED tail lamps, and you have your sensor in the middle there. Something new for the 2022 models, if you take a look at underneath your tailgate handle, you do have this LED light now. Opening up the tailgate, you are welcomed by a bunch of snow. Just kidding, we've just had some crazy weather. But regardless, this truck, as you can see, it does not have your spray and bed liner. However, you can get it from the factory or even after. But what this truck does have is your optional LED bed lighting, and then you've got your plugs and all of that in the bed as well. Another available option that this truck has is your fifth wheel and gooseneck towing prep group. Another great standard feature on this truck, which is perfect to have on any truck, is your rear power sliding window. And also, a part of your towing technology group B package, you're also gonna get a center high mounted camera up top. Coming into the rear of the Ram 3500, you can see it has a pretty simple look to it. It's all blacked out other than some of the satin chrome accent pieces. Near the bottom, you do have a decent amount of room. You've got your speaker. Now, typically on the Laramies, you'll get your 9 Alpine speakers with a subwoofer, but these are upgraded, which I'll speak about once we get into the front. In the center of the door, you have a little bit more storage to put small little items. You've got your leather handrest, and up by your door handle, you've got this cloth material, which just feels nice, and it also looks nice as well. And a part of your night edition package, you're gonna see, just like this, a ton of gloss black interior accent pieces. As for the seats, you do get fully leather seats, which is amazing. And these seats, just like on the door trim, also have bits and pieces of that cloth trim. Now, with these particular seats, and because this truck has the Laramie Level B equipment group, your rear seats are also gonna be heated, so your rear passengers are gonna be super happy. If you go ahead and pull down the center handrest, this will expose 2 cup holders for the rear passengers. Now, something cool with the Laramies is if you go ahead and fold up the rear seats, you have this piece that folds out and turns into a flat load floor. So as you can see, by having both seats up and then the whole thing folded out, you have a ton of room in the back if you don't want to use your bed, or if it's full, there's lots of room in here. And you do also have 2 more cup holders on the floor. And if you don't feel like using your flat load floor in the back, well, that's fine. You can fold it back up and then you can lift it up actually, and it has storage underneath as well, so you can even tuck things away. In the back, you've also got your rear in-floor storage bins, which are also a part of your Laramie Level B equipment group, and these are amazing to have because you have that extra storage to just tuck away things and just hide them away. As for behind the driver and passenger seat, these are fully leather back seats, and you also have 2 map pockets for that additional storage. Over on the rear center console, you have 2 more cup holders, and like I was mentioning, you have more of that gloss black interior accent trim. Underneath, you have your vents and then some storage area. You've got a ton of USB ports for the rear passengers and your heated seat buttons, along with a 115 volt plug as well. Heading into the front of the Ram 3500 Laramie, it's exactly like the rear. You just have a little bit more storage area at the bottom, and you do also have this front foam cup holder as well. Like I was mentioning, for these speakers, these are the upgraded speakers, which are a part of your Laramie Level B equipment group, and they are the 17 speaker Harman Kardon speakers. You've got the same space in the middle of the door, your leather handrest area, along with your typical window controls, side mirror controls, which are also power folding. You've got memory seating for the driver's side, which is amazing, and more of that cloth trim piece and more gloss black. As for the front seats, these are fully leather, as you can see. Not only are they heated seats, but they're also ventilated seats as well. Now, standard, the Laramie will come with bench seating, so you're not going to have a center console, but you can also get these seats as well, which are the bucket seats, and then you get the center console. There's also a different interior color option that you can choose. You can either get this, which you're looking at, which is the black on black, of course, or you can get the mountain brown with the light frost beige. I love how on the Laramies, for your front seats, you have the Laramie lettering stitched right in. Also, your front seats, both of them are power adjustable, which is also another convenient thing. Underneath, nothing too special. You just got your foot pedals, you've got your parking brake and your parking brake release. You've also got the button for your cargo plug, which you can turn on and off. And then in the center, you do have your hood latch release. Above all of that, you do have your typical lighting controls for the front fog lights and for the rear as well. And then you do have your dimmers next to that. Your steering wheel on this is manual adjustable. However, your pedals are power adjustable with memory, and that's because it is a part of your Laramie Level B equipment group. Otherwise, you're still gonna get with the Laramie your power adjustable pedals, they just won't be memory. Entering into the Laramie, on the dashboard you have a mixture of plastic and kind of this soft leather in some areas. You've got speakers on both corners and in the center. As for your center gauge cluster, this is a very typical gauge cluster when it comes to the Ram trucks, and especially the Laramies. And just like the other Ram trucks I've shown you, in the center screen you have a bunch of different menus that you can kind of flick through and have in front of you. So there's tons of different information about your truck that you can have in front of you. As for your steering wheel, this is a fully leather wrapped steering wheel, and it's also heated. Over on the left side of the steering wheel, you have your Bluetooth controls along with your controls for the center gauge cluster, and on the right side of the steering wheel you have your cruise control settings and your gear limit selector. Behind the steering wheel on the left side, you have your typical controls for your high beams, indicators, windshield wiper, fluid, and all of that good stuff. Now over on the right side behind the steering wheel, you've got your gear selector lever. Now typically this will only be available in the diesel option, whereas in the gas you'll get that rotary shifter. Behind that, just your typical push button start, and below that you've got heavy duty badging, 4x4 badging, and then your typical 4 high, 4 low, and 2-wheel drive. As for your center handrest, this is massive and it's a fully leather handrest with your Ram head logo. If you go ahead and open up the first section, you have a decent amount of space to put whatever you need to, along with a USB charger. However, if you go ahead and open up the second section, not only do you have this measuring table and measurements and all that, but you have a ton of deep storage, which Ram trucks are known for, and you do have this center slider that moves back and forth, so you have space in the front and in the back. Now on the actual slider, you have a bit more storage area along with your front cup holders, and if you go ahead and slide it back, like I was mentioning, you have a ton of room in the front as well, and another 115 volt plug, and you also have a section to hold 2 phones with a wireless charging pad, which is a part of your bucket seats. Above that you have a little bit more storage area, and then next to that you have more USB ports for the front and then your aux as well. Further up you have your 6 auxiliary port switches. Now this is an available option that you can get, and of course this truck has it. Right above that you have a bunch more buttons. You have your front and rear parking sensor buttons, which you can turn on and off. You have your exhaust brake button, tow haul mode, and then your alt trailer height as well. And standard on this truck, you also have your trailer brake controller. And then you've got this beautiful 12-inch touchscreen with a ton of gloss black around it. Now this is an available option. Typically you would only get the 8.4-inch touchscreen on the Laramies. Now for 2022, this is so much better because it has the new Uconnect 5 system, and there's a ton more stuff that you can do on it. For example, if you're on your homepage and you click add pages, you'll have a few options to actually change your homepage layout, which is nice. Under your media section, you've got your typical AM, FM, and Sirius XM, but now with the Uconnect 5 system, you can also wirelessly connect your Apple CarPlay or your Google Android devices. Under your comfort section, here you have access to your heating and cooling buttons, or you can use the ones on the side of the screen, and you also have access to your heated seats, vented seats, and heated steering wheel. Under your navigation, not only do you have a full screen for your navigation, but if you're ever low on fuel now, it will let you know about the gas stations around you. Under your phone pairing settings, you can now pair up to 2 phones at the same time. Moving over to your vehicle tab, here you can do a bunch of different things. You can dim your rear view mirror, you can access your bed lowering mode, control your power side steps, and have access to your vehicle cameras, because this does have the surround view camera system. So you have a bunch of different angles and everything that you can see on this truck, your front, rear, your bed, a lot of different options. This truck even has your trailer surround camera system and even your aux system as well. This particular Laramie also has your off-road pages. So if you go on the off-road tab and click on this off-road image, you can see a bunch of different information about your Laramie. You've got your vehicle dynamics, you can see your steering angle, altitude, and all of that good stuff. You've got your accessory gauges, you can see all sorts of your oil pressures, and whatever you need, you have it right there. You've also got your pitch and roll, so if you do decide to go, whether it be on a work site, off-road, or whatever it is, you can see your pitch and your roll, which is nice to have. And then finally, you've got your apps section. Here you can do a bunch of different things under your applications. Some of them will be the same that I've just shown you, but they're all in here. And you also have Alexa built in. Above your touchscreen, you have more of that black gloss trim, along with more storage and a 12-volt adapter. Looking further up, not only do you have your typical dimmable mirror, but because this truck has your tow mode digital rear view mirror package, you can also turn this into a digital rear view mirror. Above all of that, you've got your typical dome lighting controls, your tailgate release, assist and SOS, and then your button for your rear power sliding window. Coming over to the passenger side, in your glove department, you have your typical space that you have in your Ram trucks, so you can put a decent amount of stuff in there. there, but if that does get full, you do have a secondary one. Opening that up, you have a little bit more storage, and then if you go ahead and close that section, you have this nice Laramie badging. As for the key fob on this Ram 3500, it's a typical Ram truck key. You've got your unlock, lock button, tailgate open, remote start, and your panic button. On the rear of the key, you just have your Ram lettering. Now, as for what powers this monster, it's a 6.7 liter Cummins turbocharged diesel engine. This is going to give you 370 horsepower with 850 foot-pound of torque. Also, depending on how you spec out your Ram 3500, because with this particular 6.7 liter Cummins turbocharged diesel engine, your towing capacity is going to be about 20,000 pounds with a payload of a little over 3,100 pounds. And here is the window sticker for this 2022 Ram 3500 Laramie Night Edition Dually. You've got your basic information about the truck, and then below that you have your standard equipment. As for your optional equipment, you can see this truck is pretty heavily optioned out with a ton of options. And below that, you do have your pricing. Now, this is in Canadian dollars and minus any dealer discounts or manufacturing discounts if they are being offered. Well, that does it for this 2022 Ram 3500 Laramie Night Edition Dually. Let me know in the comments down below, do you love this or do you hate it?